Hello, and welcome to the Academic Success Associate. This week, we'll be talking about It's Nap Time, why I personally harp on getting enough sleep. I'm Cam Cost, and I'm your Academic Success Associate. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been talking a lot about self-care, and every time I talk about self-care, sleeping properly comes up. This week, we're going to explore why I harp on that quite so much. Let's get started. When you sleep is when your body takes the time to heal, not only your physical body, but your mental mind as well. Sleeping allows your mind to focus more on what's going on inside versus what's going on around you. So when you sleep, your mind shuts off the external stimulus and allows you to download and heal from the inside out. This in turn will help you to build healthier relationships. I don't know about you, but when I'm super tired, I tend to be a lot shorter with the people I love and those people that I am friends with. It's really easy to slip into bad habits when you're tired. That's because your higher brain functions aren't working as well because your brain is tired. So get some sleep and make sure that those relationships stay good. Sleeping is also when your brain downloads information. It's when it takes things from your short-term memory into your long-term memory and helps to build those neural pathways that allow you to regain and recall and bring that information back to the front of your brain. If you don't sleep, your brain won't download that information. It'll stay in your short-term memory and eventually it'll disappear. While this might not be a bad thing for, say, a high school student who just needs to memorize something for one class one time, for a college student, this could be really detrimental. Most of what you learn in college is stuff that you need for your career. So if you don't download that information into your long-term memory, you won't be able to access it later in your upper division classes when you really need it. And it just feels really good to get a good night's sleep. I don't know about you, but when I have had a really, really good night's sleep, I wake up the next day feeling ready to go. And the day just looks a little bit brighter, even if it's nasty outside. So how much sleep do you actually need? Well, that depends on how old you are. Young children, as in up to about 12 to 13, need roughly 10 to 14 hours worth of sleep. That's because their bodies are still growing. So their mind needs to shut down so their body can focus on that and their brain can focus on making sure that that is happening properly. If you're a teenager, say 13 to 18 or 19 years old, you need right around 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I understand that that's quite a lot of sleep and you don't feel like you have that much time in college, but I'll bet with some proper time management, it's really doable. And finally, if you're an adult, you need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Why do adults need less sleep than teens and young children? Because adults, people roughly 25 years of age and older, are no longer doing any growing. Their brains are fully developed and their bodies should be right about the same. So it's not necessary to get as much sleep. It's not as necessary to have as much downtime because your brain does not need to focus on those kinds of things as much. Sleeping is a super important part of self-care and study habits. If you don't sleep enough, then your brain can't function. If you're super tired, then you can't recall information for exams. So don't stay up all night cramming for an exam. Get some sleep instead. You'll be able to recall the answers that you actually know, and then you won't have as much trouble on the exam overall. It also makes it easier to guess the appropriate answer if you have absolutely no clue what is going on. Getting plenty of sleep allows your higher brain functions to take place. And since college is all about learning, it's a good time for you to start practicing these good sleeping habits. If you have any questions or comments or any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comment box below, and we'll see you soon.